Well, all right. We're having record-breaking heat waves,
Time of recording. Yep.
escalating war overseas.
Increasing oil prices, and
Yeah,
apparently the
yeah,
shipping container for microprocessors and chips is at jeopardy of reaching our soil now, and just
uh,
unfathomable, stupid BS.
but you know what the bright side was? Afro Man won his defamation
I
case.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been seeing that for a couple of days now. Of recording on the 20th of March. By the yeah, I noticed that. It's gonna be great. That's awesome. I like the suit. I have to say it. I like the suit. I like the suit.
I love the confidence he had going to the courtroom wearing that suit and putting out more diss tracks before the trial was over.
More
Like
distract
like like
Kendrick
right
Lamar.
before his testimony, he put out more diss tracks.
Hey,
Like
hey,
he doubled down so fucking hard. If anything, I think he just did it so that they would be played in the courtroom.
you think about it. He told Kendrick Lamar to hold his beer. He told Kendrick to hold his
Yeah,
beer,
like no, he had a feud with the fucking sheriff's department,
and he
and he
won.
won. No, I don't know. Can he be called an OG at that point? I don't know the
He's an
rules on
OG.
that. He's
No,
an OG.
he's an
Okay.
OG. That's OG shit, dude. Come on.
You did a rap battle with the fucking cops,
And
got
he was
dragged to
wearing
court, and you beat the cops.
he was wearing the American flag suit.
See that song he did to the tune of Battle Hymn of the Republic? Uh, I want to have that kind of
Mm.
energy when I'm middle aged.
Um,
Um,
by the way,
uh,
found out that like an hour ago before we recorded this episode,
yeah.
I took a couple time bombs.
Time bombs.
I had
Wait, wait,
some good raspberries.
wait. Do these have the devil's grass in them? Okay, your smile and inability to laugh because you can't quite get the breath out. That's telling me yes.
When I took them, you know what I thought?
Yeah.
I thought of Spaceballs. Even though, hold on, even though he says strawberry. For some reason, raspberries always make me think of Spaceballs. No man dare give me the raspberries. Oh, there you go. No man dare give me like oh no, it is raspberry because the jam was raspberry flavored. Never mind. I thought sorry. The joke in Spaceballs is he jams the radar with raspberry jam, and Darth Helmet says, no man dare gives me the raspberries. No, what man dares give me the raspberries? Lone Star. Sorry. Anyway, I had some good shit. It's hitting.
Da 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 da. I was gonna go to class, but then I got high.
Ooh, ooh, I was gonna clean my room, but then I got high, and I got high. Dude, you will never laugh harder than watching my mom sing that song when it was like a thing. She loved when she heard it, so she would sing that, and she was good. She got that deep voice with it, like she went with my mom. Remember, Max would play that all the time in drama.
Yes, yes, yes. I do remember that.
Oh,
I think that's how I actually first heard that song was because of you.
yeah, when I got high. It's a good song. Like I was gonna do something, but then I got high. It's like, you know what? Fuck yeah, man. Sometimes we all get high.
It's like the ultimate like self-deprecating, excuse me. It's like the ultimate self-deprecation song. Because he even says like I fucked up my whole life. Uh
Hey,
I don't know.
it's our generation's white lines. White lines, driven dreams of passion connecting to my mind. Don't get
Uh,
around about, baby. Going na 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 na, baby. Yeah, it's our that's our generation's white lines. Ah,
Where were we going with
school kid
this?
gets arrested. Gonna do some time. Before your shoulder go up. No, we're well. Okay, so to get into the episode finally, folks. Hey, welcome to Give Us the Lunch Comes on Tom.
And I am not high. I might be slightly buzzed because I've been drinking a nice Guinness from the can, from the big 14, 15 fluid ounce can.
Hey, look at my Robert De Niro. Look at my Robert De Niro.
Well, if they're listening, they can't see that.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, folks. Just did a De Niro. Anyway, folks, if you haven't noticed already, on our Patreon, we have our first effort of the season. The first fuck it was about books we read. And so that one
Yeah.
led to me and Travis wanting to get into a more deeper, just talk about books overall, and to kind of start it off to like just to show you how much we should get into fun reading, and we'll explain what we mean by fun reading.
Mhm.
Uh, guess what? My wife bought. Thomas picked it out. It wasn't expensive, so Thomas picked a shirt out, and my wife bought it for him. And he comes back home from his mommy, sun date, mommy sun date. Uh, he picked out himself at Kohl's the Marvel Spider-Man 1 video game t-shirt
Ooh,
with the more like
nice.
white, the what the
Yeah,
PS
yeah, with the big white
exclusive.
spider. Yeah.
And so he was happy. I think Spider-Man is his favorite superhero. I'm really seeing that way more now. And
Damn right.
He has Spider-Man like flip-flops that look like the champion style flip-flops. He
Mhm.
has Spider-Man, underwear even. Like he just likes Spider-Man and like he really likes him. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna start watching a little more Spider-Man now, and I can get behind that as a character. By the way, if you don't mind, can I borrow the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man you have so I can because
Unfortunately,
he
mine's a
can.
download. It's not a
Ah,
it's not a disc. Sorry.
no. All right.
Yeah.
I will let you know though, because I know you played that Spider-Man game and loved it, and I love the PlayStation 2 Spider-Man 2, the movie. I'll let
Hmm.
you know when he starts playing it. I think Spider-Man's my son's hero.
You should
So
get him some of the old Stan Lee Jack Kirby comics. I think he'd
I'm
read
gonna
that
do
to him
that.
for bedtime. Those are pretty dope.
I think that's what it is. And
Or not
so
Stanley Jack,
why I brought,
Stanley C. Ditko.
yeah,
Wrong
sorry.
artist.
Well,
Kirby did
why?
way many other things.
Yes. So why
Ah,
I bring up Spider-Man? Spider-Man is a well-known fictional character. And to
yep.
people who don't know, because I think some don't still, even though it would be kind of laughable, he's not a movie character. He's a comic book
Mhm.
character. He's a book character. He's a fictional literature character, actually, Spider-Man. He's a a figure in literature. Like,
Yep.
and he's up there. And
Mhm.
why I bring Spider-Man up is seeing how much fun my son just has of just Spider-Man, and now he's got a couple Spider-Man kids books from the Disney TV show, and he's got now wants to play more maybe video games, and then like you said, read the comics now, the originals. This is what reading does. Just reading, like the connection of how it brings joy, and what how reading nowadays needs more should be brought back to when we were reading for fun and not for like I'm calling fun reading and not for while you're reading, are you wasting your time? How are you utilizing your time while reading a book? Will reading a book, see, you should only read, really, you should only read a book if you're going to make money at the end from it. Like this, that's the reading that's promoted nowadays from a lot of like YouTube influencers and stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes like manosphere types, and maybe comedians. I saw a clip of like Jimmy Carr, the comedian. It's like
Mm-hmm.
someone is like, what books do you recommend?
Oh
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
one of them was like a James Joyce book, and the other two were like financial self help crap. And it's like, and we've been talking about this, and it's like I've had this thought of like we talk about we as a culture talk about books very weird compared to other narrative art forms, compared to
Other
films.
countries and other
Yeah,
countries how they go about it, and then also too how our past generations went about it. It's a very different way of
yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's just like we view it as, I mean, we view it as a higher art form than pretty much all the other ones, which I don't really care that much about. But as a result, we've kind of like we've kind of taken away like the like kind of a relatability to it. I found this passage that I found pretty indicting. It's from an essay written by Ursula K. Le Guin, who's like a very well-known fantasy author. She wrote, I think her most famous work is a series called Earthsea. This is like
Oh,
a series of fantasy
yeah.
novels. The essay is called
Mhm.
"Why Are Americans Afraid of Dragons?" She wrote this in 1974, and actually, her main thesis was more about like her belief that American culture kind of looked down upon um, fantasy and sort of, you know, literature that takes place in other worlds, thinking that was subpar. Now, granted, because it was written in 1974, there might be parts of it that are like outdated because a
Oh,
lot
of
of things have
course,
happened
yeah.
since 1974. But these two paragraphs really caught my attention,
Please read them.
and I think they're very relevant. Yes, to read War and Peace or The Lord of the Rings plainly is not work. You do it for pleasure. And if it cannot be justified as educational or as self improvement, then in the Puritan value system, she's comparing kind of like how
Mhm.
Americans view books to like Puritanism, basically, like what the Pilgrims worshipped. Then in the Puritan value system, it can only be self indulgence or escapism. For pleasure is not a value to the Puritan. On the contrary, it is a sin. Equally, oh God, this paragraph fucking rocked me. Equally, in the businessman's value system, if an act does not bring in an immediate tangible profit, it has no justification at all. Thus, the only person who has an excuse to read Tolstoy or Tolkien is the English teacher because he or she gets paid for it. But our
Oh,
businessman might allow himself to read a bestseller now and again. Not because it is a good book, but because it's a bestseller. It has a success. It has made money. To the strangely mystical mind of the money changer, this justifies its existence. And by reading it, he may participate a little in the power and mana of its success. If this is not magic, by the way, I don't know what is. Um, that part about like the businessman that rings so fucking true.
mhm.
I
I
think that
agree.
reads so true for today's standards. Um, it's like sometimes you go to like a more wealthier person's home, as I've
Mhm.
had sometimes for whatever reason, and just look at what's on the
How
shelf.
very posh of you.
Yeah, well, I won't explain why. I won't explain why or how. It could be a
I know
party,
what
it
you
could
mean.
be a film shoot I was invited to help out on. But um, and sometimes you look at the books up there, and it's like, is this really
You.
resembling of your taste of what you're really into? I got a lot of comic books behind me on my shelf. There's actually a lot of Spider-Man books within view behind those like Disney animals that my wife put up there. Those are like I view as like a representation of me
Yeah,
because
that's what
that's
a
what
book
I like to
is.
read, and I have no shame about that. I am happy to adorn my shelves with those. Um,
Books. That's what
and
books are.
I don't know. It's just like we talk about it's like with men when they recommend books, it's always shit about how to make money
Yeah,
or how to
or
make money
be.
or self-help. A lot of books like that, and this goes with like women too. You see like a lot of like women celebrities and influencers will like recommend like self-help books,
Yeah,
not
they're like.
financial, so maybe a little financial, but more like I don't know, pop psychology, new age crap. Either that or it's like a celebrity memoir. And that, that the celebrities claiming that they had an unorthodox beginning that shaped who they are and they overcame some struggle to get to their success. And it's like, when we recommend movies, we don't recommend movies based on like it'll change your life. Usually we don't do that. Now there are some pretentious assholes that will do that, but generally we like, no, this movie's really entertaining, or this movie's really scary, or this is like a very, compelling story.
Oh, you see
That's
that
me.
actress's one set of tits?
Yeah, or yeah, yeah.
Dude,
It
get to
could be, you
see
got
her
some,
black. She takes over, bro. Oh my god.
you get to see this actress naked finally. Yeah,
Dude,
it could be that.
dude.
Even like a biopic. Like we don't
Oh
even
yeah.
recommend it like, this is a movie that you have to read to improve your life or
No, it's not like
to
that.
be one with yourself. No, we don't do
It's
that with
just
movies. We don't even do that with documentaries.
the
We
books.
really talk about it like
You don't have video games even really, too.
no,
It's
or
specifically
television,
you're
but
right. It's
books
specifically
have this
books.
like elite standard.
Mhm.
And actually from my position, I don't think that's fair for books. And I don't think that's doing books any favors at all. Um, Now, I think a lot of what we're talking about, at least for me, is just kind of me bitching about how I felt about going to English class in school.
Oh
Um,
God, yeah,
I
dude.
Middle
Especially
school
in
and
high
high
school.
school,
High school
high
hit
school,
hard.
I hated. There was something I didn't like about, well, I'm thinking about now, like you're seeing some news stories come out about teachers. They are no longer like less and less English teacher, more and more, excuse me, more and more English teachers are doing away with novels, teaching novels in their class because it's like their kids just can't do the attention span anymore.
Yeah, Jesus.
Now, the obvious answer to all of this, the pop relevant answer is, AI, social media, especially TikTok, especially the kind of like TikTok or Instagram reels where you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you're not retaining a lot of information, and it's actually like hurting your cognitive ability. Same with AI, like ChatGPT or whatever. Like that also hurts your cognitive ability because you're just, you know, you're relying on AI to tell you things that you could just look up yourself, and not actually checking if the AI is correct. Um, and I mean that's obvious, but to me, what social media and AI are doing, and I'm totally projecting my own experience here. I think what they're doing is merely exposing weaknesses. Like the weaknesses were always there. I had a hard time reading books in those classes. And I actually had a really good reading level in elementary school. I was reading far more and far better than a lot of other kids in my class. I was one of the more literate students. It's just when I got to English class, it's like they're forcing these novels on you. And by the time you get to like middle school and high school, you're kind of focused on what other things you want to do. Like we did theater.
Like girls.
Well, like girls, but like we did theater. A lot of kids do sports. That takes up a lot of time.
But for you,
We had a
it was a drama class.
drama class and the show choir, dance, marching band,
Hmm.
fucking decathlon. Like all these. It's
Football,
like
yeah.
it's like if you're not doing other things in high school besides classes, you're not doing high school correctly.
No, you got to
Um,
do some. And literally, it's true.
you're
Like the stare the same song and dance line from every family movie. Get into an extracurricular. Just do something. And every like trope family setup. Just go out there and do at least one extracurricular. Get involved. Figure yourself. Yeah, that's true. You're not doing high school correctly if you're not in something after the last bell rings.
Yeah, so I was more focused on that, and also just the utility of English class by then was hard for me. Was hard for me to figure out because it was like I know how to write, I know how to write. Also, everything's going to be done on a computer now, so I'm just going to be doing typing. Um, um, and At least with math, like math, there's a lot of ways you can figure like how you could apply this. Geometry, I understood. Oh, I can use geometry to help me figure out how to. If I got into architecture, geometry would be really helpful for that. Addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, all those stuff is like helpful for like money shit. And like if you got to keep track of inventory at your job. I understood that. History helps you figure out your political system, helps you give you information necessary to hopefully help you vote better. I don't know if it works, but I understand that. And I don't know. even sciences, like science, I understand. Like if you want to go into sciences, there are basic things you need to learn about the physical universe and biology and stuff like that. English, I didn't really get. I guess it's like if you want to be an author, which is a harder career to get into, or if you just want to be another English teacher. That's it's like the one or two things. And it's like we're reading all like, classic literature. Like if you were to ask me what happened in Catcher in the Rye, which we did have to read senior year, I can't tell you. I well, I'll say I passed the English class that did that book, but I can't tell you what the fuck that book was about. And I don't mean that as like a diss to the book. I mean that I like literally didn't read it.
Well,
I BS'd my way through that class as much as possible because I had
that's
more important things to do. And I got into the reason why I did start BSing through my English classes is because I had a problem where if I start reading a book that I was forced to read for a grade that I didn't want to, if I wasn't dedicated, I wasn't going to read it. I'd be skimming over words and retaining no information. And I would find myself wasting, cumulative of hours upon hours of
yeah,
my day
I feel
doing that and not
it.
getting anything out of it. So I got to a point where I was like, I'm just going to cut my losses because I'm not getting out of this anyway. I'm just going to cut my losses and go somewhere else.
Well, this is
Yeah.
the now the hidden consequences we're seeing now of Spark Notes
Hmm.
and a
Yep.
mixture of it wasn't like this, Travis, where it's like it's okay, we read 5 books a year in high school. I got one that I just have to read, but the other four I like. It's like no, it's the majority of like very few high school, the majority of high school kids when they graduate, they'll tell you like there was only one book out of 4 years that they really like was just affected them and was like a good read, and it was the read that was them. A book like okay, like you started at the beginning. We're talking about the rich houses you've been to. These represent you. Like you can tell with music and books, like books what a person has on their bookshelf, that's them. You'll know person, but you're like, this doesn't know. This is like generic factory made. Is the same with for high school. You have that one book that became a part of you or unlocked a part of you.
Hmm.
And we're lucky to get one.
Yeah.
Like I look back on high school and even though it is literature, the plays were different because it was just play. We were making plays, and yes, I know we
Yeah.
read the scripts, but thankfully, the majority of actually our senior year, my senior year was, what's the word? Original plays actually.
Yeah.
My senior year, junior year, we only did like I think one
Hmm.
play that was like well done. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. For me, reading because you read in the 4 years of the high school for English, which is funny. It's like Rick and Morty. It's like why are you still going to English class while you're 12? You can speak it since you were 4. Um, we get maybe one book. Like for me, the one book, and again, it's a play, but we read it in English class, The Crucible.
Yeah.
That was it. And it's like, God, what a waste of like like multitude of hours, but these aren't multitude of hours where we're kind of in a way saying how books are recommended, but we're wasting hours on something we could have actually gotten paid for by going to work. Reading a book has to not always be like, I'm reading it, I'm going to make money by being the alpha lion in the room. No, it was, I wanted to read this book over the weekend, turn it into 2 weeks. All right, that was nice. I'm going to get another one.
Well, I miss in elementary school, at least in my elementary school, we had like programs that and a lot of times there was almost kind of bribery. It was like you read X amount of books, which will, and sometimes there's like a point system attributed to like each book and stuff. It's like you read X amount of books and get X amount of points within a month, you get a free pizza from Pizza Hut.
And Pizza Hut was
Yeah, what was that like
good.
book?
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. I was in obviously a different district than you, but I know you're talking about.
yeah.
But here's the thing though. There's maybe the difference in the of the splitting of the hair. Maybe you're talking about reading you're being required to read a number of books your choice.
Yes.
For a
That's
four.
what I was getting at. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, so
you
yeah,
could read the books you want to read.
it wasn't that
And
you need to read this book.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
gravitate towards your focus, your interests
Yes,
and desires and
It's literally you can focus on you, and that's why it's odd to say a self-help book does not do that.
yeah.
A self-help book doesn't do what it said it's going to do. You reading random fictional books, fictional is the key word here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Fictional, you get to unlock a part of you more and more and more like those 3D puzzles from
And
Japan.
even if it wasn't fictional, if it was like nonfiction, it's still like, you know, you're not being forced upon quizzes and tests, um, asking you to analyze the theme of the book that you were for that and you only know about the theme of the book because the teacher force fed it to you and practically told it to you before you started reading.
And
And so
it doesn't make sense.
yeah, or just like,
Gatsby represents Jesus because the color pink.
it's like
Fucking
for
stupid.
focusing all this, yeah, it's like focusing all this like stuff about you, like it is the explicitivity, is that a word?
Yeah, I think it
um
is.
of telling you this book is important. It's like, okay, but do I want to? That doesn't mean I want to read it. It's like this
Yeah.
book is important. This book, it's like this book is really important. This is the only book. This is a book that's worth reading, not the ones you actually want to read. This is
Yeah,
a book
only
worth
choose.
reading, which kind of to me it kind of made me feel stupid that I didn't want to read the book and that I'd rather gravitate to something else, which therefore made me feel like the stuff I really wanted to read was like less than or lowbrow. Um, and I was just like, I can put this much effort into something that interests me. And, you know, I don't know. I remember in sixth grade, we had a project where we had to read it. We had to read a science fiction novel. And I
Okay.
think we had to do some like diorama presentation or something that would like hang from the ceiling on top of that.
Okay.
And the teacher, we the rules were we could read whatever we wanted as
Right.
long as it was a science fiction book. But there was like a list of like here's some recommended reads, or like, basically if you don't know what to look for, read something from this list, and it included the usual suspects: Fahrenheit 5049, Fahrenheit 451, 1984, Brave New World, and anything by Isaac Asimov and stuff like that. I read Halo Contact Harvest by Joseph Staten, which was the origin story of the Human Covenant War. It also and I kind of kicked myself because I was in sixth grade. I didn't. I probably could have written more about this, but I did. I don't think I fully took it in as like a dumb 13-year-old. I was like, Halo's cool. It's got spaceships and aliens and war. Like I was just reading the book. It's like, oh, that's how the war started. I didn't take in the deeper elements of like the war was started on a lie because the Covenant found out their entire religion was wrong and that the humans existing threatened that. This is before, again,
Hey, Travis,
343 fucked it all up.
Travis, at that time, you're just going like this. Oh, I know what the ladies like.
And I was kind of doing that to be a little shit because I'm like, I'm not reading the books you're recommending me. Fuck that. This is a science fiction book, bitch. It takes place in the future. It's got spaceships. It's got commentary on human conflict. I wouldn't have called it that as a 13-year-old, but or no, I wasn't. Wait, no, this is sixth grade. I was 12.
It's
Um,
got how people who weren't around during the birth of a religion may be full of shit.
yeah, yeah. And then I get like the questions that the prompts that I have to write out, and and it's like, and it became clear to me like, okay, Halo Contact Harvest it was asking me about like thematic stuff. And it was becoming clear to me, like, maybe this isn't the right, but I already read it, so I already sunk my cost, and I was committed to this thing anyway, just to be a little bastard. But it was like, maybe this wasn't exactly the right book for this type of assignment. And I think I might have gotten a B on that assignment or something. But I did that a lot. And I kind of and actually I kind of did that at even into like film school where it's like, no, I'm not gonna watch the pretentious. I'm not gonna watch the canon films that you wanted me to watch. I'm gonna, you know,
I get it. Reservoir Dogs was great.
I get it. The French New Wave was so influential on cinema. It's a shame I find all those films boring. And all, which means all my fellow students think I'm an idiot. But you know what? At least in film school, I learned so much more about storytelling from film school than I ever did in any of my high school English classes. Like, sort of about plot and character development, character-driven actions, what a climax is really supposed to be. I learned so much more of that in film school. And you know why? A lot of times it was easier for like first year film school teachers to do that because they would take a movie that everyone has seen. It would be like Star Wars, the first Star Wars. Here's how you break down Star Wars. Here's Luke Skywalker. Here's him going on his hero's journey. This is this stage, and this is this stage. What are the stakes? Oh, we gotta, gotta stop the Death Star from falling apart. It was so fucking like it was like, okay, I got it. Like, this makes studying film more approachable. And in fairness, I guess that's really hard to do with books. Although I would say, like, if you had to start, maybe start with something like Harry Potter because everyone's read that. I don't know. But no, we're gonna do that with what Catcher in the Rye, The Great Gatsby.
I'm so
Um,
sorry, man. I'm just thinking still. You went to college because the film's taught you about storytelling, the middle, the climax, and I'm in my head right now, I'm like this. You had to go to college to learn how to climax?
the raspberries talking, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I just I have a feeling we have like because I know like literacy rates are literacy in this country is a huge problem. We know it's a huge problem because Donald Trump is president. You don't get a you don't get a president like you don't get a president like that unless too many people in this country can't read very well.
That's why you gotta
We
read.
there's a standard in journalism that like articles have to be written at an eighth grade level or below, not at like what's supposed to be an adult reading level. They have to be written at an eighth grade level, so that people will actually read the damn thing. Let's see. I found this. On my search, I found something from the something called the National Literacy Institute, and it's given some like bullet points and stats. Which 21% of adults in the U.S. Were considered illiterate in 2024. I guess illiterate by,
God,
I guess, like, since they can't just read basic things or write. Um,
it's getting bad.
54%. Oh God, this is wretched. 54% of adults have a literacy rate
Yeah,
have a literacy below a sixth grade level.
yeah. It's fifth grade now. From her last
Yeah,
report.
yeah. It says 20% or below fifth grade. So yeah, it's
It's just,
uh
we used to be more of a literate country. We actually did. And
we
it's
we
crazy.
did. And I was thinking about uh, like one criticism that I normally don't give too much credence to. I just think this is like fanboys being mad, but I actually wonder if this has something to do with this. Like, this recent era of Star Trek, one thing that's been pointed out a lot is that a lot of the characters talk like people today.
Yeah, the
Whereas
acting.
if
We
you
see it. We see it in the acting now. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Know
that's been
exactly what you're
especially
talking about.
and that's been pointed out. That's been brought up a lot with this latest show, Starfleet Academy, because the characters are very
Oh,
young, and
and you hear
their
talking like
dialogue
them.
is like kind of modern, conventional YA kid dialogue, like teen young adult dialogue.
This is why I didn't like that Prey movie, the Predator prequel. So I didn't like it, man. They were acting too like modern day for what it
Mm,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
This is what I saw them, yeah. I'm seeing the
whereas a
acting.
lot of like older Star Trek, I mean Next Generation especially, um the writing was the dialogue was a lot more formalistic. You know, I mean, I'm
It's
sure
funny.
Patrick Stewart probably helped a lot with that.
Well, you bring it up too. Didn't you notice when we went to your sister's senior show, the
Mhm.
difference in the acting already? And it wasn't downing their acting abilities. It was just you could tell like, whoa, that's a that we don't talk the same. We don't act the same. Did you notice that like at your sister's senior show? 'Cause she did drama too.
Yeah. My full disclosure, my sister is 4 years younger than me. She went to the same high school and the same drama program as we did, and so
But I noticed it, right? Like even after for me a 5 year difference for you four,
mhm.
you're kind of like you're like you can just hear the difference in acting delivery, really, compared to then it involves the just not how they speak. They're acting out these words that speak like and sound like modern day. Why the why you said why English conventional.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, um, so I I wonder if that has something to do. I don't want to put too much stock. I don't want to say like low literacy in America is making like Star Trek dialogue like dumber or
It's
anything
part
like
of it.
that.
It's part of the problem. It's part of the
But
problem. And
yeah, it might be a symptom of a larger like problem. Yeah.
and one of those
Um.
being what we're saying for this whole episode is reading used to be you read to unlock or for really you read for you, not for a reason why, or even it's the bestseller that everyone has. It's like the Da Vinci Code. Everyone and their dads had it in their fucking house. No, this is reading for like, oh, what did you read? Oh, I found this book called Fatherland. It's a cool alternative history to what if World War II we lost it. And it's like, oh wow, alternative history. You like alternative history? Like, yeah, I have a couple other ones. I also just like I like westerns like that are a little drier, like Cormac McCarthy's, Blood Meridian. And then through that conversation, you hear this person, you're like, okay,
Mhm.
you like alternative history, sci-fi, but it sounds like it's not this high fantasy sci-fi of use the force, Luke. No, it's more of like this, like, we all theorized that, in 2001 we'd be past Mars, like in the way the Space Odyssey predicts it.
Mhm.
You say, okay, so you like realistic sci-fi. That's interesting. And you like Cormac McCarthy. I assume you probably have a dry sense of humor, Fred. It's like, oh, you see and how like it trickles? Like
Yeah.
that's what a book reading is. But no, nowadays it's like the rich and well-known influencers is like this. These are 5 books you gotta read before you're 30. 5 books. I recommend five books.
Yeah.
Like they do that and they like this
Yeah.
one, you read this book because it's going to teach you about this and that leads to making money. And then you're going to read this book and that'll lead to making money. You're going to read this book because guess what it leads to? Money. It's
Money.
like it's just how to make more money and how to be the man at the table. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Like no one reads for fun. Like the point of reading is you're reading to like not waste time, not fill the time, but to be a part of time. Like you hear people going like, another thing that influencers are pushing like this, the 5 books you got to read that all make money. It's this whole, what are you doing with your downtime? How are you being effective? Like, how are you actually doing it? Like, if you can go work 8 hours while you're working those 8 hours, why aren't you also looking at your screen and trying to, sell your Bitcoin and your stocks and work on your money portfolio? It's like, well, I'm at work. Well, yeah, but you could do both if you find a way. Like I sometimes sneak time around and
Yeah. Like
it's
hustle and grind culture, which is
but like a disgusting kind
toxic
because
and
it's
scammy.
disgusting now. Back then, hustle and grind culture was like, hey, I'm young and I just got out of the house. I work 2 jobs, but I'll finally be able to promote myself enough in this company where I only have to work one job. So it's just one year of hustling. That's the difference. It's not. they don't believe in like the 6 month hustle where you're just like, I worked really hard these 6 months and it was nice, but I'm not doing it again. No, it's like you got to do 7, 10, 20 years of hustling. Life is a hustle. You always got to be going. You cannot stop. Once you start, you have to keep going. There are no weekends. It's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, yeah, what it's like the sign above Auschwitz, work shall set you free.
But this
Life
and
is about work. It's not
but this is
about
worse.
leisure.
Yeah, this is worse though. It's not like work of like you are the slave to the master. You work for the queen needs food. The queen must get food. No, it's more of like this whole like, hey, you can legally work up this many jobs, but you can do it this way where you're still collecting that tax income and you can also write it all off. So instead of just writing off that one job you do, you could technically write off eight because when you're, doing your little chat bots and AI helping tools for this one company, you're technically sitting. So you can do both. Like right after that, you can do that at your other job too, which is already a desk job anyway. So why not work two desk jobs if you already have a desk? If you have one desk, why do you waste? Why do you only leave this vacuum of space for one laptop when you can totally see that you can fit almost five on this desk? How do you mean five? Well, you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up and you walk around the table
I
and you
gotta
go
know, who the fuck are you quoting?
exactly.
Is this like what the is this like the PBD guys? Is this like what is
Yes,
this like what you
actually,
hear from Patrick Bet David?
it's a bit of like agitating the PBD guys because I'm just like,
Oh,
it's they talk about more. It's not like I said though, because the difference of hustle used to be I just moved out and I got a new place, so for 1 year I got to work two jobs, but by the second year I'm fine. Like that's a hustle. That's a grind. Oh, I'm working towards my master's. Oh, I'm working towards my BA. Oh, I'm working towards the because the end goal is close. It's
hmm.
not like, hey man, I've been doing this for 20 years, 2 decades, and I have not quit yet. I still the man I was when the 18-year-old boy who got up at 4 and didn't go to bed till 3:30 in the morning. I'm still here. That's hey,
Only got a
hey,
half hour of
hey, hey,
sleep.
hey, hey.
God damn
The tiger never needs to leave the cage if the cage moves with the tiger. That
God.
thing ain't going anywhere. Why would I open up the tiger from the cage?
He
If I
goes
open
off
him,
screen
he
and
runs
snorts a
off and
line.
he's
He's
like,
like, "Oh,
what?
that's why you're only getting a half hour of sleep.
It's, it's that
Fucking
good
high
clean.
all the time."
Hey, it's that good clean Nazi meth. It's it's the one that actually makes your teeth whiter. The Nazis
Makes you
had
more
such
murder happy.
the Nazis had such good meth. They kept their hair. That's why in every World War II optic, they have the best. They have better combed hair, greased back than an Italian hood. They have more. It's better hair than a greaser. Of like like, hey Donnie, how you doing there, Donnie? No man, the Nazi World War II movies. Every actor who plays a German
They
has
got
the
the crew
best.
cut.
It's
Yeah.
but it's like it's like beautiful. It's not all like hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, no, it's almost like it's literally like the perfect like it's like a goose step haircut. Like it's that clean and tight. It's not like lost with meth. That's
Uh,
but that's the thing. These guys are because they're like
I guess in the ramble, like people, because
just
here's the
clean
thing
haircut.
about reading. Here's the thing about mostly with novels. A little less so with picture books. Apologies to comics. I love comics, but like with
But it's
like
still part of it.
novels, yeah, I
Novels
mean,
though specifically.
because like you're reading words. Words are made out of letters. Letters are symbols. You combine them together, they communicate a message, they communicate a visual, and they're forcing you to do work in your brain
Mhm.
to visualize what is happening. Okay, I'm gonna give I have an example, a wild example of sort of the superior nature of literature towards other and why it's like why reading is important
Ugh.
and how that can manifest as like a zeitgeist thing. Okay,
Reading uses such imagination. That's why girls rub it to them.
I was getting to something like that. Um, so the Twilight movies, they don't work as movies, and they would never work as movies. They would have never become the cultural zeitgeist that they were if they were only movies. That shit could only work as books. And the reason it could only work as books, here's why the books work. They're not good books. Like they like you should not look to those as a model of like good storytelling.
I
Um
tried reading that in high school, man. I threw that book away. I was like, hell no, this is so
I
stupid.
I managed to read all four of them.
God
Um
damn.
but which is why I can speak as to why they worked and why they worked especially with like teen girls and middle-aged moms who probably didn't work. Um it was told from first person, but there were no pictures. There's no visuals. It's told, yeah, Bella. The number one criticism those books get is that Bella is a passive protagonist that doesn't do shit
Hey, she's
throughout
Nick.
most of
Hey,
that
hey,
series.
it's like Nick Carraway and Gatsby.
Nick Carraway. Well, okay, at least Nick Carraway wasn't like the book was about Gatsby, but it was as told for Nick Carraway. It's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes books. Like, Watson is the one telling the story,
Oh yeah.
but Sherlock Holmes is the main character. But Twilight doesn't work that way. Bella is the main character, and she is the one telling the story, and she doesn't do shit. But the fact that it's told in first person and it's in words is why the books got away with it because it allowed the reader to imagine themselves like it's not just you're reading about Bella, you are Bella, and therefore
Yeah.
you can insert yourself in the role of
Bella.
that character and all your personal quirks and interests and so forth. It's vicarious reading.
Hey, hey, it's the female version of American Psycho. You are Patrick Bateman. You get to be.
Yeah, yeah. Although I don't know, I think Christian Bale gave I think Patrick Bateman was a well developed character, which is why Christian Bale did a good performance with that. Couldn't say the same for Kristen Stewart because she's not a we know now she is not a terrible actress. We know that
No, God, no.
now.
She wasn't before that. Members of
No, she never was.
she never was.
That
Oh, Jodie
that
Foster,
material
Panic
didn't
Room.
give her anything to
No.
do, and she was probably fucked anyway because people watching that would be like, well, that's not how I saw Bella in my head. Well, it's like, of course, that's not how you saw Bella in your head. You saw Bella as you because that's all, like, there was nothing else the book gave you as to, like, what kind of person she is. Um, what was her quirks? What's her interests? What decision making does she do? Because she
Hey,
doesn't
hey,
you do any of that in those
it's
books.
it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Of course I know him. He's me. He's not you. That's why it doesn't work.
But but think
Sorry.
about that. Think about like they're not the best written books, but it was the choice to make it a first person narrative.
You connected
It
Star
it,
Wars with Twilight.
it yeah, you did. You did. I didn't. You did. It was the choice to do that that helped make those books a success, a cultural hit,
It worked. No, it
and
worked.
what
Yeah,
and
what
it
I say.
connected to a lot of readers, in spite of its flaws. Um, and it's kind of one of those. That's why I say like the stories could only really work as books because of the what books allow you because of the book's ability to
Yeah,
let you come up with your own visuals,
and it's not
let you
like
work your
yeah,
mind like extra hard,
and by that
tell
too,
your
what
own story through the pre-written story.
sure. And by that too, what you mean is because when you say like, hey, it only works as a book, and then people will say again, the essence of it can always be made more, which means more money being made. Oh, look at Lord of the Rings. Like they made those into movies. It's like, no, 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 no. People said those couldn't be made into movies, the Lord of the Rings books, because of how massive in scale it was. It had nothing to do with the psychology of this internal, subconscious, conscious method of information
Yeah.
and reading. It was just like, okay, dude, and look at Excalibur. You think those guys could have done the Battle of Pelennor Fields? Like, come on, like we were talking
Hmm.
about scale and size,
In
not
technology.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We were talking about basically technological limits. That's why people said, "Oh, Lord of the Rings would never work." It's just crazy. People said the same thing too about actually American Psycho, the book. only because of how graphic it was, not
Mhm.
again for this personal thing. It's like, okay, it's been made twice now, possibly I think a third time with a spin-off. They say they can't do that book really because of that one scene in the tunnel where it's a train on a young girl. Like it's like you that's a different thing. What we're
Yes.
saying is no, House of Leaves
Yeah,
can't be
that can't
done,
work as a movie.
but the thing does because it was just a technological thing of how to show this chameleon-like creature that can turn into anything and at the fly, and but like it also breaks apart and comes apart, and you hear the screaming layers from thousands of species it consume. Like, how do you do that as a movie? It's called prosthetics. We did that for, Dracula back in the
Yeah.
30s, and we do it for war films. We do it for everything. It's just animatronic prosthetics. We'll figure it out. That's the difference. We're talking about like House of Leaves. That's why House of Leaves hasn't been ever made into a movie. Maybe it will one day, but maybe our minds aren't. A well-known writer who has access to being able to do a screenplay doesn't have the mindset yet for it because we're not there in the evolutionary scale compared to just saying like, oh,
Or
John
just simply
Carpenter.
the median of film.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
yeah, the media film.
I think it's more basic than that. It's just like I don't think the median of film can translate that book properly. I
Like I
think
said, primal though. It's a more primal take, which is simplistic about
yeah, it's like
medium. Yeah,
the
I like
book
that.
is because the book is also about like reading a book, and particularly like reading like different types of books, and especially like like textbooks, because it plays around with the format of like the footnotes,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's sort of messing with your expectation of what a book is supposed to be. I mean, I'm of the popular opinion that the original the Watchmen, the actual story of Watchmen. Sorry, I don't think you can tell that story as well on film, and I know that I come to that conclusion because I watched Zack Snyder attempt to do that, where he's just like, "I'm going to do it exactly as the book,"
That
and
was
the problem is a lot of the way that book is drawn. It's drawn also as a commentary on comics, and a lot of Snyder just trying to use the comic as a storyboard, it kind of makes the movie awkward to watch because it's a movie. It's not a
what are you
comic.
talking? All right, you're trying to start something now during this
I am
episode
trying to
that could
say,
be a
dude, the fearful symmetry issue
what a
that doesn't
movie.
translate to film.
That's why
Sorry, like it doesn't into a
that's
solitary movie. It
it
doesn't work.
doesn't fine. It works fine. That is arguably in the top three of comic book movies.
No,
Watchmen is
it's not.
amazing. Yes, it is.
God no,
Dude.
it's not.
This is gonna be another goddamn episode because you're starting something right now in this episode.
There
Watchmen
is
work.
a top three of comic book movies, and two of them are Spider-Man movies, but none of them are
Oh my
directed
God.
by Zack Snyder.
Two, no, it's one Spider-Man movie. Come on, two. So that's playing it a little hard.
Spidey
That's a little bit
2
age.
and Into the Spider-Verse are two of them.
Yeah, but you need it. You need two to watch Spider-Verse. So no, it doesn't count. If you need, if
No,
it's
you
like watching,
don't. You
yes,
don't
you do.
need to.
Yes, you need to watch. You need to watch and know about Spider-Man to appreciate this movie. That's like saying, yeah, dude, go watch Logan, but you never saw anything.
Yeah, Spider-Verse is not a sequel.
No, it's not a sequel,
It's
but
not a sequel.
you
It's
need
about a different character
pre-content.
entirely.
No, what I'm saying is you need pre-content for to watch Spider-Verse. You need pre-content information to watch it. Oh,
It gives you
you
the pre-content information, and then you go on from
but it's
there.
not the feeling you get when you like watch Watchmen or like when you factors what I'm saying is you can't put Spideyverse in a top three because you can't watch Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse blind. You can't watch
Yeah,
that
you
movie blind.
can.
No, you cannot.
Yeah,
You
you
cannot.
can.
You need to know Spider-Man.
Show it to your boy, dude.
Oh my God. Okay,
Show it to
yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, let me
Show it
show.
to Thomas. I think I honestly, it's
Yeah,
probably better to
no.
show that movie to Thomas more so like at his age, like
No.
better than the first
No.
movie.
No, it
Because
doesn't
Green
have the
Goblin's
same.
kind of scary, and Zach and Sam Raimi does some horror
It
things.
doesn't have the same feeling though. That's like saying, "Oh yeah, you can show your son Return of the King right now. He won't give a shit."
No, 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 no,
Yes,
no, 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 no,
yes,
no, no.
yes,
That's
because
a
of
sequel, Tom.
yes, but you need
It's a
pre-information.
sequel.
That involves
Spider-Verse is not
pre-inform.
a sequel.
you need pre-information to fully enjoy it because when we watch every moment of Peter Parker's like, hey, one last time, and then the death of Peter Parker, I was like, oh my God, because I felt that
Hmm.
more because of watching that. So that's why I'm saying you can't have a
Yeah, but you
movie.
you don't need okay. Okay, the
We're on
problem is the context is so
fucking
broad.
God.
The context is so broad. Like you don't have to watch. Well, first of all, you don't have to specifically watch Spider-Man 2. I mean, if you're gonna make that argument, the argument is you just kind of have to know what's like classic Spider-Man is, and even then, you really don't.
Spider-Man 2 is different because it's written with the beginning being a almost a replay of the first one. You can piece it together. But okay, by the way,
Yeah, but
you
yeah,
just
and they give
started
you the origin
you
of Spider-Man in the all the Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse movie. They give you the
it
context.
hits the weight hits more though if you have more
Well,
Spider-Man
the white
info.
oh wait always hits more, but it works as its own movie.
Hey, you started three arguments right now. You know that, right? You started three fucking
Yeah,
arguments.
yeah. I'm sorry. Like Watchmen is not.
It's
Also,
okay. It's like
Watchmen is not a superhero movie either. It's
it
not a
is a
movie. It's not a movie
superhero
about
movie.
heroism.
That's
It's
the
not a
point of
movie.
that fuck.
Yeah, that's why it's not a superhero movie.
Yes, it is a superhero movie.
No,
Because it asked, "Hey, how does a superhero get to retire?" And it gave the ugly truth of this is how these guys would have been able to retire.
calling Watchmen a superhero movie
Is
is like calling The Wire a cop show, but it's not.
It's a well done cop show.
It's a show that is in part about cops, but it's not a cop
I know
show.
it's a commentary on the American. Look,
The
okay,
X-Files is arguably a show about cops, but I wouldn't fucking call that show a cop show.
it's more like a PI show. It's really, dude, God damn, Watchmen's a superhero movie, and it's like one of the greatest cop superhero comic movies ever
No.
made. Yes,
Mm-mm.
yes.
No.
So
No,
anyway, by the way,
no.
folks, if this tangent doesn't actually
Though read
back up,
Watchmen. Like
no.
that'd have been a nice book to read in high school.
Hey,
Oh,
I got to read this.
Also, okay, if you're gonna use the stupid context argument, you know what? I can use that with the original Watchmen too. You can't appreciate the original
No,
Watchmen comic unless you've read other comics.
actually, you know what? Oh, wow. Okay,
Unless you've
broad.
read
That's
other
broad.
comics.
That's so broad. That is like saying, hey,
Especially superhero comics.
okay, that is
Because the
such a
subversion
no,
isn't as
no.
impactful unless you know the medium and the genre that it's subverting, which is what
Motherfucker,
Alan Moore
that
was doing.
that is the same as saying, hey, you can't enjoy a French fry until you have a baked potato.
Hey,
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying that's a good. Hey, it's your argument. You, I'm not saying that's a hill I'm gonna die on. I'm just saying if you want to go there,
I am going there. You can't compare. You can't
I
say to
mean, fuck
someone,
it. Fuck, in my opinion, I would say like you can't even appreciate the Watchmen movie unless you've read the Watchmen book because you're gonna be like, what's the big deal? Uh,
really? I watched the movie before I
it,
watched the book, and I was totally through of. I got it all. I was my same feeling watching the movie was the same feeling I read the book of like, yeah, I got it because the first movie I got understood it. I watched the movie before I read the comic. I understood everything. It was awesome. Believe that. Yeah, yeah, okay. You've never had a French fry before? Well, first you should have a baked potato before you get a French fry. Hey, you've never had a cheeseburger before? Well, you gotta have a cut of ribeye
your
steak before you can
argument.
touch
It's
the
your
head.
argument, Tom.
It's
You
you're
brought
right.
it up. You brought
That's
this in
so
on
broad though.
yourself.
But that's so broad. That's
You
like
brought
broad.
this.
I'm talking about specific information. I'm not saying like this, hey, you can't
There's
appreciate
no
Spider.
specific information
Yes,
in
there is.
Spider-Man
Yes.
2 to understand
No.
Into the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
No. Yes, there
No,
is.
because it
That is
tells you.
that's like
It fucking
saying,
tells
hey,
you.
that is like saying, hey, you won't appreciate Unforgiven if you don't watch this John Wayne movie first. It's like saying like that about the fucking changing
You're just
of
making my point
history.
for me, Tom.
I'm
You're making
not.
my point for me.
I'm not. You are reaching so far with that when I'm talking about specifics. Now you're saying like, oh, hey, you won't appreciate air until you drown. It's like that saying that. That makes that's so broad. It's
I mean, I mean, you're not wrong there. Um,
oh god damn it, people.
yeah.
Just read more.
I mean, it's
Just
like, I mean, I would say that with, like, you know, the Invincible comic too. I'd say like, I mean, I'd recommend reading Invincible, but I feel like you get more out of reading Invincible if you've read other superhero comics before you
Hey,
read
hey,
Invincible.
hey,
It's
Travis,
the humor works better
Travis,
if you've read other comics before then.
Travis, you won't get salsa until you bite into a tomato. That's what you're fucking saying. You won't appreciate a Sunday until you eat a whole banana first.
You started this. You
You,
started this
hey,
train of
hey,
thought, bro.
hey,
You
hey, you
you
want to,
decide to go down this road.
hey,
I was not going there, but
hey, Travis,
I just
hey,
said
you,
Spider-Man 2 is a solid like one of the best soup movies ever made. And Into the Spider-Verse, and the third one
hey,
is The Dark Knight.
hey, you can't appreciate sex until you've seen a Hustlers magazine. You can't, you won't appreciate her naked until you see one nipple.
At least, okay, I'll give The Dark Knight this. I don't
Oh.
think you have to know anything about Batman lore or Joker lore to appreciate that movie.
I'd push back on that. You just don't need the Batman Begins movie to watch The Dark Knight because that's how I got introduced to it. I
Yeah.
watched The Dark Knight first. You do need to know who Batman is. You kind
Yeah,
of do.
yeah.
See, so that's what I'm saying. That was a specific thing about
Which,
you need
I
not.
mean, it brings you up to speed. It's like, okay, rich guy, dead parents, fights crime in city. He seems to be making the city better. Yay, great. Uh-oh. Who's this clown guy that's fucking everything up?
Travis, you would appreciate Angel until you get a hand job first.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
You,
so
you,
sorry.
you, you would appreciate carrot cake until you had a couple of carrots.
I'm so
Hey,
sorry,
hey,
everyone.
hey, you can't appreciate 8K until you watch Analog. Oh
First of all,
shit.
the correct phrase is standard def, not not analog.
Hey, you can't appreciate Apple TV until you've been to Circuit City.
Apple TV.
Exactly. Actually, I guess now I should have said you won't appreciate the Genius Bar until you've been to. Hey, you can't appreciate Barnes and Nobles until you walk through a Borders.
Even makes sense. They were the same thing. At least when Borders was around, they were the same
There
thing.
you go. Hey, you prove my point. It doesn't make fucking
No,
sense. It doesn't make
no, you
fucking
don't
sense.
need one of the. Like I
Oh
just said that
shit.
Spider-Man. I just said Spider-Man 2 is a really good
Spider-Man 2.
movie.
Yeah, so Spider-Man 2 is great, but you can't put Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse in there. You can't put in
Yeah,
a
you
movie
can.
that needs another movie. You can't put in a
It
movie
did
for
well.
top
Yeah,
three. For top three, you
yeah.
can't put in a movie that needs another movie of top three. That's like a top 10, maybe, like little leeway. But when it's top three, it has to be completely separate on its own. That's why it's like,
No, it
you
doesn't.
got, yes, it does.
People okay, could
I swear to
yeah,
fucking
like
God.
the Dark. Yeah, like the
You
Dark
just,
Knight's a sequel, but the Dark Knight works as its
no,
own
but
thing.
that movie's filmed that way. Spider-Verse is not a sequel. There you go. You said it. Sequel. Spider-Man
And Dark
Verse
Knight
is
is a
not a
direct
sequel.
direct to sequel.
No,
Is
no,
a
but yes, yes, but Spider-Verse is not a direct sequel. It needs just pre-information of the character, not the arc. That's why The Dark Knight can be in a top three because it's filmed where it doesn't need to, even though it's a sequel. I think I need to do more fun stuff before I record.
uh, I'm looking forward to writing the
So,
description for this one. So maybe Travis and Tom were trying to make a
no.
we're trying to comment on the literacy problem in the United States, but Tom got so fucking high that he derailed the entire thing about 45 minutes
You,
in.
you derailed it. Bringing up that Watchmen isn't a comic book. God, Watchmen's amazing, folks. Everyone should read it. That is literature. That
Yeah,
is,
Watchmen's a good book.
and the movie is a great piece of
Watchmen is a
cinema.
good book to read.
And
Yes.
the movie is
Like
the greatest superhero movie ever made.
I'm just saying, if you've read other, although I do stick by this point. If you've read other comics, you'll appreciate Watchmen. If you've read other Marvel DC books, you'll appreciate Watchmen more.
Okay, you didn't say that. You said you could appreciate it, not appreciate it more. That's two different fucking things.
Well, you can appreciate what Alan Moore was commenting, the meta commentary that, like, what motivated Alan Moore to write that book. And
I
when
think it
you
was
see
also
when you kind of see what the landscape was.
wasn't his answer was the same way he the reason why he wrote League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was like a fuck you, here's my Justice League. Like he wrote Watchmen and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I think, with that mindset because he saw at that time with the way the actual Justice League of the DC universe is being used. Watchmen's a DC property. I heard it was more of like, oh, you want Justice League? Here you go, fuckers. It's
Mm.
basically like a fuck you. You want this? Fuck you then. And it worked
Sounds about right. Sounds like
because
Alan Moore.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is fantastic. I hope they make that can be adapted now because Game of Thrones showed you can do some crazy shit on TV.
Yeah.
so League of Extraordinary Gentlemen can actually be faithfully adapted due to the fact that someone had to walk before they could run. But Watchmen too, being just an anti-Justice League, where okay, the whole point of it is, what if Batman was a cuck? Batman was super psychotic but poor, and
We're
the
so off
comedian
topic.
and the Joker was our on our side.
Mm-hmm.
That's why books are amazing. See, there you go. See, him and I read this one book out of just like, yeah, this was fun. It wasn't like, I gotta read it for an A. I gotta read it because the movie's coming out. I gotta read it because it was hip. It's like, no, I read this because it interests me and it became a part of me. And look at me and you. We're fucking derailed. Like, we derailed an episode for it. Over it. It proves the
Yeah.
point. That proves the point. That's the beauty of reading. You find out more about yourself to be able then to engage with the rest of your species. Not like, hey, you know how you can make 1 million in only 2 months? Hey,
Well, it's good for yeah, and it's just
remember the Mamba
it's
mentality.
it's better. It's better for your mind. Certainly, way better than your mind than scrolling.
Oh yeah, it's better than your mind than
You
just
got
doom
it.
scrolling.
But I think, but yeah, like, um, so obviously, like, and I'm not saying we're better about this. I feel that I am not reading as much as I should be.
And used
Um,
to. God, I miss
and
those.
used
Remember when
to,
we used to read
yeah.
like crazy? Like we just consume?
Hmm.
God.
And
And I got
but more importantly, when I look at like how English teachers are being forced to adapt and change, due to kind of kids attention spans and
the
um,
de-evolution of human.
the yeah, just sort of how modern technology is kind of um, what I see is like, the tech and trends of the time have finally caught up to the weaknesses of the education in the first place. To me,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I'm not an education expert, but I do feel like
But we
a
were in the
lot
system. We
of
were in it.
yeah, we were in it. Yeah. I'm not, but I'm just saying I'm not exactly, someone who can,
No, of course, I'm saying, but we experienced
I
it, so we
can't
have
prescribe a
authority to a
solution,
degree. Oh
but I
no,
can,
no, but we have an authority of something.
yeah, I'm just saying that I do
Yeah,
feel
you're right.
like I know exactly what those kids are going through, the fact that they have a hard time paying attention, because I was feeling that way back when.
And now they're
And
feeling it 10 times worse.
it's way worse now. So it's like I don't see it as a new problem. I just see it as like the problem's always been there. The weakness is exploited more than ever. I think something needs to change.
You know what it is
In
too?
yeah.
I noticed like because you and I being kind of similar, and that's why we've been best friends for so long. Not many people probably realize that what we just talked about because even our generation of where we're at in the millennial age range, our you and my classes, our generations were already having those effects of the illiteracy. Because look, you and I picked it up because, and it's not to brag or say we're better, but no, you and I have this very diverse, eclectic, naturally expressive bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of our peers, they didn't really overall. No one was really reading.
No.
If you notice that, I mean, so the fact that now I can't imagine kids doing it now, and that's what almost 13 years for me, right? 13 years for me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine what 13 years ago, 13 years now, what like wow, I was already seeing it with my generation and I was a year older than you. What are these kids seeing it 13 years later? Because I could already pick it up.
Yeah.
The
And
effects of the effects of just not reading to read.
and I don't know if we're quite with like teenagers. I don't know if we're quite at that level, but like, um, but I see that with like, kids having tablets in public, like while they're either at a restaurant
Just anywhere, just out
or
in
at a
public and
fucking grocery store. I
in the
see that,
car, and
and
yeah.
I just think like it's like watch more videos, disengaging from the family function, and I gotta
All because two adults just wanted to eat in peace and quiet. It's
yeah,
like
instead of like
just being there with,
engaging with the
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Uh,
Like
and
perfect
I just think
example.
like that kid is gonna grow up to be a dum dum, and like that kid is gonna fuck up in class, is gonna get so many is gonna have a hard time paying
And
attention.
it's not even dumb dumb in the sense of like loser. It's like dumb dumb in the sense of
Yeah.
like
Hello. Yeah.
like where you yeah, just it's not dumb to look down on. It's dumb to be like, oh yeah, no, Darwinism's gonna hit hard in a few years. Like
Yeah, like we're gonna have like a whole the Gen Z and Gen Alpha is gonna like become increasingly unemployable
and
because they
I
haven't figured out how to like sit the fuck still and pay attention to the
and
real
just do
world around
stuff.
them.
And also
Yeah.
to be accepting of stuff. Because like okay, you brought it up. Like, okay, when you've been out and about, you see a lot of kids on iPad. And what's interesting is ever at the beginning of that phase, it was just the 1 to maybe 3-year-old.
Hmm.
I see it with fucking teenagers, dude.
Yeah.
They're on their phone, not like on their phone, like, oh, like you or like, like, oh, I got a quick text. Not that. It's not like, it's the whole like that. There's a like it's changed, and now it's teenagers doing that. It's not just little tiny toddlers, it's teenagers. That's why when okay, you and I have eaten with I went to In and Out a lot with my son so far, my
Yeah.
oldest. Do you see anything in his hand, or is he with us
No.
talking?
He's
Or
with us. He's talking with us.
or two, if you and I are really talking, it says, "Hey, Dad, hold on." I say this. You need to give me 2 minutes. We're talking real quick because that stereotypical saying of, hey, when the adults are talking, shh, quiet. Like,
Yeah.
don't interrupt, never interrupt two adults. But that's the thing, is a mixture of you got to just sit there, dude, and eat. You're going to be fine. Just learn how to eat. Be bored. The phrase, learn to be bored, accept boredom.
Yeah.
Or we're going like this. Hey, Travis, ask him about the turkey. Ask him about that. Ask him about the funny things. Like, Thomas, don't you want to tell him about the funny thing that happened this morning? Like, oh yeah, I saw a bug and said, hey, look, it's Grandpa. Like I saw a spider in the corner and it just said Grandpa. Isn't that funny? It's like that's what you do. You don't just go like this. Here you go, shut up.
Yeah. I see so
And
many parents do that, and
it's worse and worse every year since it started with smartphones,
it's getting so bad. And I don't know if these are
tablets,
like
and
fucking COVID kids and stuff. It's yeah, it drives me up a wall when I see that. I'm like, I have in mind. Well, okay, this would be like I would go to jail for this, but like I have in mind just like slap that tablet out of their hand, stamp my foot with it, and like, look at the world around you. Wake up,
hey, this is what
toot
we
toot,
meant.
parents. Do you want your kid to be run over by a car while crossing the street? Because this is how you get that.
It's like in one book that at least if we're forced to read it, we enjoy it, which is very few. Fahrenheit 451. Hey, pay attention, kids. You're going to run into a 600-foot long billboard because you went Mach
Hmm.
5 in a residential. It's like that. No, it's so the rise of the tablets and smartphones, and because you see tablets even cut like accessorize, and it's like this.
Yes. They're
And
like, yeah, they got like child-proofing coverings on
but the
them.
child proofing you need if you're an underwater welder, like that kind of level
Yeah,
shit.
well, it's like if the kid drops it, you
But
don't want
that's
the
what I'm saying.
screen
It's that
breaking. Yeah.
insane. It's like,
Hmm.
God, remember what happened when at most as a kid, and I don't, I think you remember this. It's at most as a kid, what can a kid bring to a restaurant? It's like at most they're one toy, the one action, but that's different from a screen. The toy is
Yeah,
like this.
my parents
Hey,
didn't
mom.
even let me do that.
No,
It's
no,
like,
but
nope,
oh
the
no,
toys stay at home.
I think I did it a couple times, but it was like barely, like maybe five. But what I'm saying is the difference between a kid though bringing a toy is like this. Hey, mommy, action flash with like a French fry. Or like, hey, how's the dad jokes, hey, is
Hmm.
he enjoying his milkshake? Ha ha. It's like at least that's engaging. When you have a tablet or screen in front of you, the whole point is nothing is being engaged. But
Yeah.
with a toy, a book, coloring books that are either offered at the restaurants or what's given brought home from the parent with the parents, people are gonna you can engage with a color. Oh, hey, what you drawing? Hey, what you coloring? Hey, would you like to eat a French fry while you're coloring? Hey, why don't you show the waitress your pretty unicorn? You know what I mean? It's engaging though. Those are different engagement distraction toys than full on just
Yeah.
void. The void. I don't get that. And that's part of the problem of
It's like
reading.
I want to ask the like every time they finish a video, I just want to ask the kid, what did you watch? What happened in that video that you watched? What what did you learn from that video that you watched? And I'll be like, because it was just like they're not taking any of that in.
Hey, it's gonna be
I
like the thing.
guarantee you,
Hey,
they're not
hey,
learning dick from that.
hey, your kid's response is gonna be like Jennings from The Thing. Like that. That's all they're gonna do because they
Hmm.
the term recall as like, hey, can you recall something? So when you ask a kid like, hey, you learned how to fold your laundry, can you say that the recall factor in humans?
Yeah.
It's diminished with what we've done with technology alone. Like you said, one
Yeah.
of the problems, the smartphone, the screen, and then two, read to make money instead of reading just to like really just let your mind literally imagine.
Yeah.
And it's messed up because
And it's like that and then lastly it's like we got to talk about books like we talk about entertainment. If we
yeah, yes,
recommend books, we
yeah,
can't just recommend we have to recommend books because they're uh vaguely interesting or entertaining. They have
no,
to
yeah,
for any reason. It can't just be like this book's going to help you. No. That
no.
can't be
The
why you
book
recommend a book.
you should
We got to
recommend,
stop
but
doing that.
just recommend a book in the way it's like this. Hey, you like westerns? Oh, hey, check that book out. And then you
Hmm.
just said, oh, is it good? Yeah, read it. You like westerns? You'll enjoy it. It's all good. And it's like, oh my God, I really loved a few No Country for Old Men. It's like
Hmm.
that. It's like that's how you do it. You don't just like, oh, it has to be this book that made me get that 6,000 square foot mansion. Like, no, just read the goddamn book. Read a book. Just read. Go. Perfect example, because thank God it's still free in this fucking country. Go to your local library, get a fucking library card, and just walk into a genre section that you like and just go that one and go home.
Yeah.
Just buy a random book. Buy a random book at Barnes and Noble. Buy a random book on Amazon. Don't have to be this thing in the research and you listen to the Yelp reviews, the Google, Amazon reviews. You don't go to a self-help book thing. You don't have to wait for it
Yeah.
to hear from your barber, your blah 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 blah.
I would
And
actually recommend not even going online. I think you have to go to a physical
fine, fine.
place.
Yeah, get off
Yeah.
your ass and go to a bookstore, a comic book store, because yes, comic books are it's the same thing, even though it's just pictures with kapow, boom, and women with ridiculously breasts that are like perkier than a fucking, you know what I mean? No,
Mm.
it's just grab a book and go the hell home and just see what happens. And don't see that as time wasted. See that as time that you spent as a human. It's just
Mhm.
about being a human. That's what reading is. That's why when we've talked about, which we're going to keep talking about this season, folks, but like when you and I have talked about in the past Travis of books. Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple months. What are you doing? Oh, I also read this book. That's on my list of things to tell you. I'm not saying like this, dude.
Yeah.
Those 2 months I didn't see you, man, I grew as a person after those 2 months we didn't see each other. Like while you were there for those 2 months and I was
Yeah.
here for those 2 months, I already got 2 cars. I already hired 4 guys. Like
Yeah,
my
I would
company's
be very uncomfortable if you started talking like
no,
that.
no. It's like this. Hey, Travis, I haven't seen you in 2 months. How's life? Oh, good. How's this going? Oh, good. How's that going? Oh, did you see that? Oh, did you do this? Oh, hey, by the way, man. Oh, dude, we're gonna go get cheeseburgers, right? Awesome. Hey, while we're driving, I gotta tell you, man, I read this book. Did you know that Hunt for Red October was a book? Yes, Tom. Everyone knows that Tom Clancy, that Hunt for Red October and other collective work he has been in books. No, no, no. But like, dude, the Hunt for Red October was a book first. Yes, again, Tom. Tom Clancy's an author. But hey, man, I read the book. Dude, did you know that they did this and the movie didn't even cover that? It was actually happening with these characters that were in the background. Yeah, those two guys in the background had a chapter.
Yeah.
No, that's how you talk about books. It can't be this like you can peek, what's the red pill guy saying, look maxing or whatever? There's something going on with looking maxing and maxing out your looks. But it's like or what's that Andrew Tate one? The Andrew Tate one, top G. That's not what reading is about.
No.
Not to be at the top G. The reading is about like you're human. And being a human is like so beautiful that only words can describe beauty in this way where you have to read it. It's like what was remember the Dead Poet Society? What's that line that Robin Williams character had? About okay, wooing women. We read and write and speak poetry not because it's this grand adventure of this and it's the gentlemanly thing. No, we do it to woo women. So simple.
Well, it's
Most
like it's
simplistic thing.
like
It's not to be.
most songs, most music ever written are love songs.
Yeah, but it's like, and that's a life thing. That's what I'm saying though. Like if you, that's not how you should, promoting books should be like that. It's just like, hey, I'm reading and
Mm.
all these books because it's kind of fun, and the simplicity of picking up a cute chick over a book is the simplistic thing, and that's books. It's not about being like, I have 3 wives, all with their own property, all with their own maids, all with their own this, all with their own that. You can 3x your life. Don't be the standard guy. You got to get your life to the 3x mark. It's like that's it. No, no. Read is just to read, just to it's the equivalent of like touching grass. It's the equivalent of getting lost in like the fields and like just listening to the breeze and the beach and just sitting on a park bench. There you go. That's what
Yeah.
reading is. Reading is sitting on a park bench. And now we're in a society now in America where you look down on the guy with the park bench. Everyone looks at the guy at the park bench and looks at him like a bum.
Yeah.
The quintessential man in the park is supposed to be what being a human is, especially in America, that you just get to sit on a park bench that's semi-comfortable and see something beautiful that'll just 5 hours later you're like this. All right, cool. That's what it is. No, it's like, oh, guy sitting at the bench is lazy. He's not working hard enough. He's not hustling hard enough. He's not, making $465,254 a month. He's got to be able to do that. Don't, no, no. Just enjoy the park bench for being a park bench in a park, like a book. There you go. That's it.
And
I think
on
I'm
that
coming down a
note,
little. I think I'm coming down from the roll.
oh, good, good, good. Maybe I'll
That was
sleep well
fun.
tonight. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
On that
sleep
note,
like a fat baby.
on that
I'm gonna
note,
sleep like fucking Peter Griffin after a buffet.
since we've been talking about reading, just a little side thing. You seen the Dune Part 3 teaser?
I
Have you seen that
am.
yet?
I did. I liked it. I'm still hesitant because I personally felt let down from the second one. I liked the first one so much. I thought the second one was a big letdown. But the third one, being hinted that it might actually cover a bit of book four. I've been hearing hints.
I've heard hints. People
I'm
like
excited
bringing
to
up
watch
certain
it.
things like, oh, this might cover a little bit of Children of Dune. But yeah, no, we're
I'm a
getting a
little
feature
excited.
film adaptation of Dune Messiah, man.
Oh, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Hey, hey, here's a tie-in. Ready? Ready? Get a last hard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the comedian is not a good guy. The comedian is not a superhero at all. The comedian is not a good guy.
This
Oh
is
my
not
God,
a
is
white
hey,
savior story.
hey. And then it goes like this. Oh my God, what did Captain America do behind German lines? That's what it
I
is.
just
No, that's the best way to say it. Dune Messiah, which I'm excited for being a book, by the way. People, if you can, read all 6 books. You will not be disappointed. Yes, I'm saying that. I know I haven't read it yet because I remember I said in last season I was going to start reading it, but we all know Dune is Dune. Dune is
yeah,
just the start of sci-fi because we'll look at Star Wars.
yeah.
But read, I'm excited for that movie. It comes out in December. It looks like it's going to be filmed, though, now more the way that the first one was filmed. The cinematography in the first one, I love it. Second one, it got too like, hey, sequel money, sequel, we're back. That's
Mm.
what I felt. That's what I felt with the cinematography. That you could, it had the same feeling of like, hey, remember the difference between Lethal Weapon 1 and 2? Or like Die Hard and Die Hard, Live Free and Die Hard. Like, we got the money, guy. I like how the third one though. The cinematography looks like it's going back to one, where it's like sci-fi Lawrence of Arabia cinematography. I love it. I'm looking forward to Dune 3. I will see that with you if we can in IMAX at the end of the year. Um, I just hope one day we'll finally get God Emperor, dude. I just want to see the worm. You know what I mean? Don't you just want to see the
Well,
worm?
it'll have to be someone else because Denny Villeneuve said he's gonna stop here. He just wanted to adapt Dunes 1 and 2, which you know what, Dune and Dune Messiah does make for a good duology. Like if you stopped at Dune Messiah, like that then it's a hell of a read. Um, and then
If you
it
go to
gets
all, hey,
really fucking weird after that.
hey, but if you can get all the way to the end, you get chair cats who are good at sex.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dune. I want to hear the full version of whatever that
You
music track playing
know who
with
that
like
is,
the
right?
the Fremen
Oh,
chat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you know who that is, by the
Is
way?
that whoever plays Stilgar? What's that actor's name? No, no.
That's all Timothy Chalamet. He purposely actually was recorded the trailer. That's him fully.
Oh shit, really? He said
Because
it's so
he's the
much
Messiah.
deeper.
Because that's hey,
Well, I know it takes place,
he's
although he's a few years later. Okay, all
years
right.
later, and they had you could hear at first. I was like, is that fucking Javier Bardem? And by the way, you know how many like refresher callback connections we're doing this episode? I just said
Yeah,
Javier Bardem.
yeah.
No, okay. You think it's Stilgar? No, it's Paul Atreides who's doing the and I'm like, hey, by the way, when he was doing that, I'm like this. Oh, hey, someone can do it better than Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, that's
fucking
just so fucking epic, and I'm like,
oh,
I love
it's
this is
way
in the
better.
trailer, like
Oh no 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 no! This is in the teaser trailer.
in the teaser
We
trailer.
still
Yeah,
we still gotta wait till the official trailer. The fact that this is the first teaser, there's like usually 2 to 3 teasers. This is the first fucking teaser, and they were like this. Hey, our pants are coming off now. Again,
I'm so
this
glad.
time.
I'm just glad they made this. I didn't even know if they were gonna do a part three. I know Denis Villeneuve wanted, but he kind of was cryptic about it.
Yeah,
It's like I love to and to see if anyone's interested and whatever. Like, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't follow along the development afterwards. But now it's like, oh, okay, they obviously made it. There's footage. It's coming out in December.
we're gonna
I'm
watch.
excited.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's Galactic Jihad, baby.
Dune. Yeah, Dune.
Hey, that
Yeah, that. Yeah, try reading Dune. Dune is not an easy read.
the first one specifically. I've heard the second
No,
and third
oh
one.
God, yeah, the first one is oof.
Okay,
Um,
you're gonna learn about spice.
although, although I will say, like, if you've seen the movie, it might be a little easier. Like, oh, we're at this part, and then you can kind of like, oh, here's what else happened. I was
Hey,
like,
you know what'd be
oh,
a great?
that's how space travel works. Like, really,
Yeah. Oh,
the pilots are doing drugs, and that's how they gotta do the warp drive.
they look like Shaggy on Adderall. Hey,
uh,
you know, I was thinking of a shirt idea for us because we're thinking about merch. Just give us the worm. Hey,
would you
if we
love
could
me
get,
if I was a worm?
hey,
It's the
that's what I'm saying.
plot of
That's the
God Emperor.
saying. Hey, we put "Show Me the Worm" on a t-shirt. That's the equivalent of doing the. Remember this one? Ask me about my wiener. I'm excited for Dune.
Uh,
This is a good year. I'm actually looking forward to even Spider-Man. Speaking of Spider-Man, brand new today is the trailer dropped.
mhm.
That looks
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I mean, John, Punisher and Spider-Man. Fuck it, why not? Tom Holland's like aging now with his acting, so it's like an interesting thing to watch as a fan of just actors.
Hmm.
Isn't there a couple more literature stuff coming out? The big one. I know Hamnet just came out, right? And it won some Oscars. Hamnet, the
I
whole
think
Bad
I haven't
Shakespeare. I
kept
mean,
track of the Oscars. That came out.
I heard it was
Yeah.
good. She won. I think she won Best Actress, the lead. I don't know who that girl
Mhm.
is. But yeah, there's. I think there's some literature stuff coming out this year. So hey, yeah, just read more books for people. For you, read books for like being human, not for improvement of any kind. That's the point of reading books. You're reading a book. You're not supposed to improve. Being human doesn't mean having to improve. This whole thing of like, who are you were 5 years ago compared to now? Do you see an increase in your stamina? Like, no, just read a book. And the point is not to get any, it's not to improve, it's not to ascend higher into life and society. It's to just be literally the man in the park bench. There you go. Hey, there you go. Here's a phrase we'll leave you with. Don't forget to be the man in the park bench.
Yeah.
Don't forget, folks. Read more. We're gonna do more. Most of our, I think, our books conversations from now on will probably be in our fuckets. That's what I'm assuming, or our
Hmm.
fuckets. So read more, people. Here's a suggestion. I recommend everyone read Guns of the South. If you like alternative history and a different concept and all that, read that. Would you recommend for a random read for people, or just to say just to
Mm.
get a book and read? You're gonna say Dune, aren't you?
No, I was gonna say, this was like I wouldn't say Dune unless you're prepared, unless you're ready. Um,
Oh, like this. Oh wow, Jason Momoa, you never do that thing you do now in your movies. You can't now because Timothy Chalamet just blew you out of the water, and we didn't even see him. We didn't even see him. We just heard it.
no,
Jason Momoa, you always see him in like Aquaman. Hey, honey, honey. I'm like, yeah, no, you're done. Yeah, you lost. You can't. You're not allowed to do it anymore, Momoa. You have to bow down to Salah. Was it? What's his title in Dune? The
um,
Ben Khalid? No, Salah. Oh, God
n-
damn it. What's he
oh,
called?
the wait, we're talking about Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, no, the character of Dune. What's it called? The Paul Atreides.
Paul
He's called.
Atreides, yeah, he's the well, he's the well, religiously he is the
Yeah,
Lisan Gaib,
yeah. As I'm saying, but Jason Momoa,
nicknamed
bow down,
Muad'Dib, and then he becomes like the emperor.
bow
Um,
down to Wandi. Yeah, bow down basically because he.
Emperor
Oh,
Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. Um, anyway,
all right. That's,
uh,
what do you
good
reckon?
stuff.
Do you just recommend Dune now?
I
Hey,
mean,
here's a recommendation for
it's a
people.
good challenge.
Hey,
Uh,
Travis, here's a joke. Hey, people, go read Berserk cold. Just read Berserk
Woo!
please. Go start Berserk as a random read. Good luck with that.
Yep.
See, to enjoy Berserk, you need to have read some previous manga and appreciate anime to enjoy Berserk. See, that's the difference, Travis. God damn it, that's the difference.
Well, I'll take your word on that. Since I don't read manga. All right.
You gotta get an
Let's
anime.
we gotta end this.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
fucking end this.
I'm Tom.
I'm Travis.
I'm so sorry. Good afternoon, good
Subscribe
evening,
to our
good.
Patreon, everybody. Right
Oh
now, it
shit! Yeah.
is less than a gallon of gas at a California pump station. The price of getting in our Patreon has never been relatively cheaper. Come on
We're
by.
we're getting into Hollywood barrel money. Good night, everybody. We love you. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.